let's start with the motif first. Sing each of the 4 motifs. I think this is good. And let's go right away to playing.
Mm-hmm.
You forgot a little bit, remember? When you go and stretch into 7th octave, you have to move elbow.
Yes, I have a trouble with this.
Okay.
I feel that it's okay for my hand to play without those elbow motions. Don't you think that those motions, like a little unnatural structure over the playing?
By having this, we're almost doing this in the more important motif. We almost allow with that motion for our energy to come through, for our bigger energy to come through.
Remember those rules about elbow? When opposite directions, we first stretch and then do elbow motion. So stretch, elbow motion. Now stretch, elbow motion. Stretch, elbow motion.
And there are 2, I think in the book I was showing as I just played the first time, where I move actually first elbow. And I was doing double swing. For the slow tempo and the louder sound, right? So you have to do that rather than first reach. In this moment here, it creates tension when you do that for slow tempo. So it's better to let go. What you said about the elbow motion, of course it goes with the rule. When the wrist and elbow in opposite direction, then we look at the next note. If we can reach it, it's great, so we can move our elbow on the next note. But here it's a little bit different story, because you can do it once in a bar. But here it's just a sequence of the same, and it creates just too much intention this way. So I think theoretically it's correct. We reach the note and where we move elbow. Go away. But when we do it so many times in a row, I think it's easier to first move elbow and then reach notes. Whether it's a double swing or more flat when we go faster.
So yeah, when we reach, then we need to go back, but our elbow is already there. So that's why it's, yes, this is better when we do first elbow to go.
But that's a very good point, because you were right, you know. I mean, by the rule, we should have done that, but it doesn't work in a sequence this way. You see what's happening? Because I was practicing without stretching, when I even play in fast tempo, that thing still the same. But what it gives me is that because I don't feel stretching tension and kind of locked in tension in my hand, I don't feel the tension in my energy. So I allow my energy expand and fully exhale. when I do this, it's easier than you feel tension there. It's like you don't ground yourself. So you get a motif and you go through all 3 steps. Like first you change dynamics and timing, then you only change timing, let's say playing in piano, and then you don't even change timing. Well, you could really change dynamics more towards the end. Start really piano and end really with forte. And slow down much more. It's almost like we're exaggerating everything. Yes, start softer, please. You really show the best contrast in timing and in dynamics as you can.
You even did double swing motion at the end.
Exactly, because it's slow tempo and forte. So. Okay, so this was good. And also the reason why we do that, because somehow everything is connected. So when physically you exaggerate, it also will enhance what you feel inside. Mm-hmm. So this was very good. Let's try one more time. Really big. You need to start faster and softer. That would be my correction, right? Mm-hmm. Let's now do second step. So keep the same dynamics. Let's do piano, but slow down drastically. Okay, you forgot one important thing. When we increase our energy, whether you're playing still piano or not, we need to increase wrist motion. So you were doing this. That would not allow the energy go through. You really need to make everything big. More contrast, the first much faster and second two much slower. I still don't feel that you really fully give full energy at the very end.
Yes, that's true.
You're holding it back. You're doing a bit this. Instead of and then say, okay, I'm gonna do this right now. I'm gonna sing while imagining notes soft, but I'm gonna increase energy, and let's see how it's gonna come up. Okay. You see? It's there fully. I'm not holding back anything, even though I'm not changing dynamics in my sound imagination. Well, one more time, good. Okay, so now play. Alright, so this is what I like more. So your correction so far made more drastic or more contrast in tempo. Definitely start much faster and go slower at the end. Second, towards the main part, increase hand motion, otherwise it will constrain energy. And the third, don't constrain energy in your singing in the most important part, just because you need to keep soft dynamics. So I think this is also a good idea, maybe I will include in my book, to sing while imagining soft. And still feel I fully give everything. Alright, let's go to the third step. So this is where you keep dynamics and you also keep tempo. The minimum slowdown, the minimum. Good, again, keep the same dynamics, everything pianissimo. Yes, this is good. Nice, nice, nice. So this is the mastery of phrasing. This is the mastery of phrasing. So now you practically experience what I said before. The phrasing is ability to change energy while keeping the same timing and keeping the same dynamics.
Yes, but at the same time it's like glued together on the later stage. So I don't really separate things in my mind. I try to build them like a whole unit.
It will be feel like that. Yeah. Let's do the same with the phrase. Start again from the very first step. Let's just add to all the playing, just first singing. So for all three steps, we're gonna first sing. Alright, so I go first. So I'm gonna change dynamics, I'm gonna change timing. Now play. And remember what your corrections were, right? So start faster and softer first, motif now, and go really louder and with much bigger amplitude in your motion. So what happens when you go to the second motif, you're actually losing keynote always to the left and the next note to the right. You start doing keynote to the right and top note to the left. That creates confusion. Just make sure you keep the same motion in the second motif. Da, 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 and you were doing da, 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 da. Yeah, so just make sure that your wrist still follows kind of sound movement. You know, if the sound movement to the left, you really have this little impulse and the wrist going to the left.
Okay.
And there are two, I think in the book I was showing as I just played the first time, where I move actually first elbow. And I was doing double swing for the slow tempo and the louder sound, right? So you have to do that rather than first reach. In this moment here, it creates tension when you do that for slow tempo. So it's better to let go. What you said about the elbow motion, of course it goes with the rule. When the wrist and elbow in opposite direction, then we look at the next note. If we can reach it, it's great, so we can move our elbow on the next note. But here it's a little bit different story, because you can do it once in a bar. But here it's just a sequence of the same, and it creates just too much intention this way. So I think theoretically it's correct. We reach the note and where we move elbow. Go away. But when we do it so many times in a row, I think it's easier to first move elbow and then reach notes. Whether it's a double swing or more flat when we go faster.
So yeah, when we reach, then we need to go back, but our elbow is already there. So that's why it's, yes, this is better when we do first elbow to go.
But that's a very good point, because you were right, you know. I mean, by the rule, we should have done that, but it doesn't work in a sequence this way. Yeah, but I suggest to start slowing down right from the beginning of the next motif. So what is also important is that you understand that when you're gonna slow down, again, at least in the beginning, right now I'm not even thinking about it. It's mostly like I take my intuition, what feels right, and I analyze it and I'm breaking down and I present it to you, right? Which you will reach the same state later, but right now we need to teach our intuition. So remember that when you go to the second motif, and since you are slowing down, how the movements become? They become a little bit more three-dimensional. So what happens with you right now is that when you start going to play the second motif, you do slow down, but with your motions are not reflecting the tempo. So your motions are still kind of two-dimensional, even when you slow down. That creates tension. So make sure that when you go da 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 da, when you go to the second motif da da, you start doing more of the swing with it slowing down. I just kind of think, just structure, okay, since I'm playing the first motif faster, that's gonna go two-dimensional. I'm starting second motif a bit slower, so I'm gonna go a little bit more swinging down. And then I'm going to the main interval, to the main motif, and this is probably towards the last two intervals, I'm gonna go even deeper with my motion and bigger with amplitude. Now this feels very comfortable and it looks very comfortable. And this gives you freedom to express your energy because your emotions are not tensing your body.
Yeah, I felt like I do this really effortlessly.
Exactly.
A little bit plunge at the end, like.
When you reach that main part in the main motif, even with your motions, you start doing those big amplitude. Remember, with even the biggest amplitude in your hand, your fingertips should not leave the keyboard. So that plunge thing what you said was happening because you were lifting too high your hand, you were doing You can do that, of course, but well, that's what we call risky. But if you still do the same motion, but your fingertips don't leave the keyboard, it feels much more connected. And much more safe, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, that was good. All right.
Can't do anything with tempo, but keeping the same dynamic in piano.
Yeah, I think let's stick with piano because it's the most interesting one, because you feel like, how can I expend my energy in piano, you know, so that's important things. So let me sing first. I'm gonna slow down in the second motif, but I'm gonna keep imagining everything pianissimo. Okay. Don't slow down too much at the beginning of the second motif. I felt that you were running out of breath.
I former trumpeter, so for me, singing. But yes, if we do very slow, we start to losing this momentum. So yeah, we need to keep.
Okay. This is good. Let's go to the third step. Everything piano and not slowing down again. Let's start with singing. Okay. Let's play. You see what's happening? Because I was practicing without stretching, when I even play in fast tempo, that thing still the same, but what it gives me is that because I don't feel stretching tension and kind of locked in tension in my hand, I don't feel the tension in my energy, so I allow my energy expand and fully exhale. When I do this, it's easier than you feel tension there. It's like you don't ground yourself. Yeah. I think this is good. I mean, so many things, so many corrections you're just trying to catch right away. So I do feel compassion and understanding, but you're doing very well anyways. So let's go now to the sentence. So I'm gonna sing the first phrase much louder and slower because it's more important, and second phrase less. Okay. Very good. Let's play. Yeah, so for example here you see when you do that, the least important motif, when you go down, do, fa, do, mi, do, re, do, do, that's okay to stretch. You see what I mean? So, yeah, this is fine, like this. We don't need to do, because our energy here is the least. But by having this, we're almost doing this in the more important motif. We almost allow with that motion for our energy to come through, for our bigger energy to come through.
Okay.
So that was good anyway. Let's do one more time. So second step, let's sing again everything. Imagine piano. Slow down. Okay. Okay. There's just still one thing that I'm not sure. I need to correct. It's about your singing. So when you sing imagining notes pianissima, and when you reach the main part where you expend your energy more, the most important part, I feel that in the sound of the note that you sing, there is some kind of more pressure and some kind of more dynamics. So I think you sing something like this. Where I sing more like that. Remember what I was again saying about phrasing, there's no pressure in the notes themselves. So try to find in your vocal cords the sensation where you still open, you sing the notes open, but in your diaphragm you expand. It's important. Yes, again. And just keep it, I think it's just about, just keep, especially in the last notes of the main part, keep imagining them soft with some movement. I think this is better. That's another correction here.
So
let's play now.
Let's play, okay.
And now the third step. Okay, singing everything pianissima, not slowing down. Yeah, exactly. same tempo. I think when you're gonna fix that sound in your singing, that you keep the sound also soft, it will also fix your sound and when you play, because you still a little bit make a dynamic. You increase the volume in the main motive still.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, you increase here, but not in your sound imagination.
All right. Now I will get it.